Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Mickayla Fatovic, and I'm the broker owner of Elite Class Property Management and Real Estate Company. We're back in the Mustang doing videos. We've made it back home safely. I went all the way to New Jersey, then back here, then back to, and then I went to Arizona, then back here. Now I'm gonna go back to Arizona, and then from there I may travel to a couple other states. And so we're trying to open up brokerages nationally, so if you guys are looking to franchise, keep me in mind. And you've always wanted to have a real estate brokerage, again, keep me in mind. We have reciprocity with like up to 10 states for Florida, and I'm coming to New Jersey because your girl is just like gonna do it. We have family there. So Arizona, New Jersey are definitely in my for sure happening. We're opening up a branch down in Miami, and yeah. So that's going to be real estate, commercial and residential, specializing in multifamily, offering all types of real estate services on both commercial and residential level, as well as 1031 exchange services and even property management, because your girl is your badass. Sorry. Mickayla! Jeez. Anyways. Back to the point, I want to teach you guys about what Lis Pendens is. So I have not dealt with this yet in my full 5 years until like this week. And I have been like always like, oh, you know, Lis Pendens. Like Lis Pendens is a word that you hear and it sticks in your brain and you're like, oh shit, that's a serious thing. And it's like, if you don't go through it, you don't actually understand it. So I went through it with my family, and so what happened is we went to Pennsylvania. We're gonna go purchase another house, turn this one into an investment, and like we're all for it. We ended up deciding, you know what, fuck it, we're not gonna do the investment, we're just gonna sell it, because we have so much cash in this fucking cow that if we sell it, we'll have like, you know, over 100,000 in equity coming back to us and just pure net profit. I'm like, okay, cool, let's do it. And then I don't have to worry about it, because peace of mind is better sometimes than investment properties to me. And that's because I'm dealing with investment properties, like hundreds of units on a daily basis. So again, peace of mind in some realms are totally okay. I will take it where I can get it. So we ended up going under contract with a sales contingency, and what happened is our sale in Florida fell through because it was cash buyers that were not as serious as they were intending to be. They were trying to tell us that they couldn't find permits on the roof, that I like literally found the permit on the roof within a matter of like seconds of searching just the Brevard County like permits. And then also just concern regarding conversion that was also disclosed and agreed upon. So it's just like I was like tire kicking in a sense. So we weren't interested in it, and it has nothing to do with them. Like they're fine. They're okay. All right, my buyers are fine. So we release them and we give them back their escrow. Like I spoke to my attorneys. I'm like, you know, they're outside of their inspection period. But like at the same time, I'm not about to like start to get into this huge litigation issue over, you know, a very small escrow under $5,000. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. My attorneys say just cancel it, give them their money back, and fuck them, you know. So okay, released, and fuck you guys. So we ended up getting the contingency executed a couple days ago, and we already knew that it was going to fall through like 3 weeks in advance, 2 weeks in advance before this, because they were sending us a cancellation, and we were like, you know, and it took us time to like finally come to that decision of, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna let them go. And, you know, we had to speak to legal counsel, and like it was a huge process. So we not that we didn't try to save this deal, but we did. It's just they wanted us to drop unreasonably, and I'm like, that's just not even gonna happen, because we're already so much under where we need to be. You know, it wouldn't make sense. So essentially what ended up happening is we went back to the Pennsylvania deal, and we're like, hey, you know, this is just not going to work. Send us the cancellation. Because if we close, like we could have closed on it. We could have both properties, right? But like, I am not somebody of greed. I don't believe in greed. I don't like it. If I start acting greedy, I need to be smacked upside the freaking head. Like, I'm that type of person. So I was like, I don't think it's a good idea. And plus I know all of our bank accounts, and I'm very familiar about finances, and I'm the one that's paying for, you know, I was going to pay for that house. So it was my responsibility in the financial aspect to cover both houses, you know, solo. And that's because my husband's doing something that we are completely in agreement with. So I talked to my husband and I'm like, I just don't think this is a good idea. We should just not do it. I am concerned that if we take both houses that we're going to get foreclosed on one. So, let's just not do it until we have a little bit more backing, and then I'll feel more confident. You'll be fully operational in the real estate. He's like, you know what? That's a good idea. We'll do it. So we're doing this. We scrap this PA deal. And the agent is like, oh, the seller is refusing to give you back your escrow and release you from the sale. I'm like, okay, what do you mean they're refusing to give us our money back and release us? And they're like, oh, well, you led them to believe that you were closing. It's like, well, yeah, no shit. I led myself to believe I was fucking closing. The fuck? They're like, oh, well, that's that. You have to go to mediation. And I'm like, okay, well, Eric, call an attorney. Eric calls an attorney. He is a great attorney. I'll leave his information right here. And this is actually who taught me really more so about this than anyone. And we call him and he's like, oh, well, that would be stupid if they don't give you your money back, because then it's like you guys have to go to mediation. And mediation, they can't force you to agree, right? It's just mediation. You don't have to agree at mediation. It's not arbitration. So I was like, okay. Well, that's good. No, I didn't even know that, and I totally spaced it. So thank you. And he's like, you're welcome, but also you have equitable title. And I'm like, what? And he's like, equitable title. I'm like, I've been in a business 5 years, and this is new. So teach me, please. Please teach me something. Teach me something new. He's like, you have equitable title because you're not released from the COS, and the COS is just a contract of sale. And because you have equitable title, if they try to, and they're forcing you to stay in this contract with them, they go and sell it to another buyer, then what's going to end up happening is that buyer is going to get the house. But the thing is what you're going to go do is you're going to go you're going to file Lis Pendens. And what that means is just suit pending. So basically you're saying you have an interest in this property and you hold equitable title. And now what that does is it basically puts a cloud on the sellers, the PA sellers' property, because you have this equitable interest, because they're refusing to release you from your contract and give you your money back. And if they move those escrowed funds at all, then you will basically have a very big case on them. It's like, all right. And he's like, oh, but just keep your eye out, and make sure that they're not marketing the property to the public for sale. And then if they do, let me know, because if they don't release you and they're trying to sell it, that means that's an issue. So we're like, so I go up online and they're trying to sell the fucking house. I'm like, bro, we are under contract still. You won't release us. So I decided that I'm going to speak through my husband, right? Because he's the one that's going to be on the loan, and then I'm the one that's giving the money. So I go into his email. I'm acting on his behalf with his full authorization. And I email the agent and I'm like, hey, just so you know, we're trying to make this work. We're trying to just get out of the deal. We lost too. We lost our fucking deal too. You don't see us sitting here fucking wasting people's time and like just having our full emotions in this deal. It's a fucking business deal. Take your emotions out. Like, logically, you're going to end up in a bigger lawsuit with us that's going to cost you $50,000, $60,000. So forget all that equity you're going to get from your sale. Not just that, but if you refuse to work with us, we're going to go file Lis Pendens on your fucking property, and good luck selling it. We know that you're already actively trying to sell it, so you might as well just let us go, because if you don't, this is going to become an issue. And I told them this, and they're like, they didn't respond for a while. So like, obviously they're probably talking to an attorney and like trying to figure out what we're saying. And like, remember, this is legal advice. And I told them, I said, we literally have an attorney that's like, he's ready to go. He doesn't want to because he thinks this is fucking stupid. And I agree with him. This is pretty fucking stupid. We're talking about like literally under $5,000, and you're trying to force a sale, but you're also trying to sell the house still. It doesn't make any sense. You're not being logical. You're being emotional. So like, take your emotions out and actually sit and think, do you want me to sue you for literally hundreds, if not thousands of whatever? Like, this could be a very big issue if you want to keep playing this game. And I have no problem making it an issue. I'm a Gemini. I like problems, So if you want to make this a problem, I'm a Gemini. Let's do it. Okay. So we ended up waiting the entire day. And then I log in onto my email, or my husband's email, and they end up saying, oh, to the person to refund the deposit, go ahead and cut the check. And they sent us the cancellation and release. I was like, damn, Skippy! And that's why I'm saying this, right? So the importance of using the Lis Pendens to be able to get your money back is huge. Because if you're like in a situation where your seller's like, fuck you, I'm holding your money, and then you're like, but like, we have a contingency, like it's active, a sales contingency, and it's active. If you refuse to let me out of this, I am putting a Lis Pendens on you and your property, like your property. You're not going to be able to sell it to anybody that's reasonable, and anybody that wants it is going to be an investor who's going to price gouge you so much down that you're not even going to get the profits that you want. It's better to release the people than to be sitting there in a fucking argument and then it's going to cost you, what, 50 grand? You got 50 grand in your bank account right now you're going to spend against me? Because I do, and I'm petty as fuck. I'm petty as fuck. I'm petty as fuck, you know? And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. I don't want to do it either, but I will. But I will over my money. If you want to make this a thing, we can, you know? So that's really it, right? You just need to use it as you can. And don't go saying this word like, you can just throw it out there whenever, because it only applies to very specific situations where you actually have that equitable interest and where you're kind of getting screwed over and dicked around by the seller. So yeah, we're getting our money back and we're getting released, and there's no issues at all with that. So it's just like, it is what it is, you know, it's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But definitely look into Lis Pendens, because it could definitely help you guys big time. Okay? Cool beans. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you so much. And keep on kicking and get your money, honey. Let's go get some real estate. Whoop, whoop. Bye.